Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, y'all. I am back with a brand new video, and as you guys seen by the title, yes, that's exactly what happened with my money, bitch. With my money. Let's get right into the story. But let me introduce myself. My name is Selena Monet. For you guys who do not know me, I make story time, I make reactions, I make a little bit of everything. I be vlogging here and there. I don't know, I just make what I want, and yeah, you guys can subscribe down below if you like. You guys can follow me on Instagram with my Instagram on the screen. And just DM me and let me know you guys came from YouTube. And I'm going to accept you and I'm going to follow you back. And yeah, y'all. So let's get right into the story time because y'all is about to get fucking juicy. Ooh. Let's go. Okay, guys, so before I start the story time, I gotta give you guys a little backstory on. Ignore my mess in the background, whatever, y'all. I didn't fix my bed. But I'm gonna give you guys a little backstory on me and this guy. So basically, me and this guy, we were dating back in 2016, late 2016. We're gonna give him a name. His name is gonna be 304 because that's exactly what he used to buy, y'all. 304s. And y'all, basically we were dating back then, y'all. I was only like 18. Me and 304, we met online and we started dating fairly quickly. And y'all, I used to Uber to his house, whatever. He used to drive me back home in his mom's car, whatever. That's just like a whole like little backstory about us. So basically, y'all know those little like when you first start dating and it'd be like those little fucking 2 weeks. It's just such a fucking fairy tale. Yeah, I was in my little 2 week honeymoon. It's always a little first 2 weeks everybody wanna act right. And then after those little 2 weeks is over with, then you start seeing all the bullshit. You start seeing the 304s. You start seeing the little side chicks. Okay, guys, so this day in particular, I went over 304's house. I Ubered to his house, and um, we didn't know what to do, so I'm like, let's just go to Fox Hill Malls and let's go get the paninis. Y'all know, if you guys are from LA, you know what Fox Hill Mall is. If you guys visit LA, you know what Fox Hill Mall is. It's like right up in like Culver City. And yeah, y'all, they had some fire ass paninis. I don't know, I haven't been there in a minute. I'm not sure if they still have paninis there. I don't know if that spot's still there, but I know it was. So I'm like, hey, you want to go get some paninis? He's like, yeah, sure, let's go. Like, and then like he gave me the money for the Uber, and we Ubered there because at the time his car wasn't working. So he was just like giving money for the Uber, and I would use my card, and then he would just give me the money for it, and then that's how we'll Uber around. And then like we went and got paninis, and I paid for it because he paid for the Uber, and yeah, y'all. So then, kind of when we was walking up the mall, I think I was requesting the Uber on his phone. I don't know what exactly I was doing on his phone, but you guys know, like, if you were like on like a website before and then close out the window, you would like see it. So basically, he forgot to close out the window. Y'all would not believe what I seen on his phone. He was on Backpage. Y'all, I know what Backpage is now, but back then I didn't really know what Backpage was. I used to hear jokes about Backpage, and I don't know, it just wasn't clicking in my head because I was still my 2 weeks. Like, let me have my 2 weeks, okay? I was still my little 2 weeks, and anything that went on, no, he didn't do it. No, he would never. So basically, I kind of like looked weird because I used to hear like little back page jokes or whatever. I'm like, I thought that was a whole site. I was like, let me not start already. Let me just not start already because y'all know in a little 2 week, you don't want to mess up nothing. I'm like, let me not start already. Let me just do my little investigation on my own phone when we get back to his house. So I kind of like searched it up, and it wasn't ringing 304. It just wasn't ringing in my head 304. It was just like, if you guys will search up Backpage, y'all see what it says and why it was not ringing 304 in my head. I'm like, oh, do people just buy things on here? Do they just like run ads on here? It's a 304 site. So if your boyfriend's on Backpage, he buying 304s. There's nothing wrong with 304s, but there's something wrong with 304s if you got a girlfriend. So I'm not knocking you guys. If that's what y'all do, that's what y'all do. I'm no one to judge. I'm not the person that's gonna judge you. Like, I'm cool with 304s in real life, so I'm not the one. I'm not the person that's gonna be like, oh, yo, 304. No, it's just a problem if you're in a relationship with a girl and you buying 304s because diseases are real. So yeah. And y'all, let me tell y'all about red flag number 2. Before we get to the main event, I gotta tell you what was leading up to the event. So be patient, y'all. I do not want to make this a little 5-minute video and it's all boring. So red flag number 2. So this was like a whole. This was when I first met his friends. I never seen them before. It was probably like a month and a half in our relationship, and I barely met. I met his friends. So it was pretty early. His friends were having a party, so he like told me like last minute. He's like, hey, we're going to my friend's party. If you want to go, we can go there, or we can just go do something else if you want. And I'm like, oh, we're going to your friend's party. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna bring my brother, my sister, and my brother's best friend. So we all get in the car, and we go to their party. And I never seen them. I didn't know how his friends were. I didn't know nothing about them. And then we get we're like we're like almost there. So y'all, we were pulling up to the party, right? And everything is all good. And I don't know why I was holding his phone. I don't know. I don't know why I was holding his phone. I don't know. I guess I used to hold his phone. I don't know. But basically a text message come in there and it said like, oh, did you call or something? It said something like that. Did you call or text? I don't remember, y'all. This was way back in 2016. Um, and then like I looked at it weird and I asked him about it. I'm like, who's this? He was like, I don't know. Like you can text him back. And you guys know, like your boyfriend's telling you, oh, you can text him back. You were automatically gonna think like, okay, he's not doing anything. Like he wouldn't tell me to text him back or whatever. And then basically I was like, what, really? And then like I text the number back because I seen that they had no conversations before. The number wasn't saved or anything. So then I'm like, who is this? So then she sent me she said her name, and then she sent me a screenshot. Basically, she sent me a screenshot of basically a call, like his number calling her or whatever, or texting her. I don't remember. It was so long ago. And then I was mad. I'm like, oh, like is he just fucking playing with me? Like what the fuck? So then he was like, no, like let's not argue right now. Let's just argue. Can we just please get to the party and argue after the party? So I'm like, okay, I'll agree. He's like, I don't want to argue in front of my friends. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like, we don't have to argue in front of your friends, but we're gonna figure out who this is, like whatever. So then like I ended up believing his bullshit. Like I believed everything he said. He was like, oh, like my brother had my phone, or that's what he told me. He's like, oh, my brother, he had my phone, he was using my phone earlier and maybe he was texting some girl or whatever, I don't know. And then like I was like, oh yeah, that probably do make sense because his brother didn't have a phone. His brother just started getting back on his feet, y'all know what I mean. And I was just like, okay, that probably do make sense. So I just let it go. I let it go because y'all know I'm still in my little honeymoon. Like I don't think there's any problems. Like even though it's a month and a half or whatever, you guys know you're still good with the person. Like you guys might have like a little bickering, but y'all still good a month in. So let me move on to the main event. This is when I found out this bitch done bought a 304 off of my money. Off of my money. Let's get into it. Okay, guys. Fast forward to about three-ish, 4 months later. About 4 months later, I used to use his Uber account because he finally like got a bank or whatever, and I used to use his card because he used to just let me use like his card, and y'all, he had way more money than me, so I was just working at Carl's Jr. and I didn't have that much money or whatever, and he would just like if I asked him, oh, like can I use your card, he'll be like, yeah, go ahead. Like he wouldn't really care about that, y'all. If y'all had that type of boyfriend, you guys know what I'm talking about. Like they don't really care if you use their money. So he was that type. As long as it wasn't nothing like over $100, he didn't care, honestly. And as long as he had the money in the bank, he didn't care. And basically, okay, like let's just get on. So basically, I used to use the Uber account because I used to Uber to work off of his card, and sometimes, not all the time, because y'all would not take advantage of him, but I would use it sometimes if I didn't get paid yet or whatever. So then, like, I seen this odd trip one day, and you guys know when your boyfriend's like acting weird, and you're just trying to figure out anything, like, what is going on? Like, you just know something's going on, and you just can't put your finger on it. Like, what the hell's going on? So basically, y'all, like, I'm like tapping back into like around that time. So basically, I seen this odd trip, and the trip said like 3 in the morning or something like that. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why would he be taking an Uber at 3 in the morning? And yeah, and then like I seen the trip back around like 4 in the morning. I'm like, that's odd. And then I'm like, yeah, he must have been with a bitch, because there's no way, ain't no friend about to be making you come to their house at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. What friend? All your friends got about like 7, 10 cars apiece. So which one of your friends gonna make you come kick it at 3 o'clock in the morning and go back at 4? Or you probably would have just spent the night if that was the case. And why didn't you tell me? Yeah, not adding up. So basically, I confronted him about this, and at this time, I was the one with the money. At this time, he didn't have money like that. Y'all know when your boyfriend be having their downtime, and you help them because they helped you. So basically, I like gave him like some money, but he used to always help me, y'all. I'm not even gonna knock him like that. He used to always help me. So I gave him some money when I got paid. I gave him like $20 or whatever, just to have like some pocket change or whatever. So then basically, I see that he took an Uber around the time where I was giving him pocket change. How do that make sense? And then I confronted him like, so you went to go take an Uber to somebody's house at this and that time? And he's like, no, I didn't, and blah blah blah. Because I went to my homie's house and I had to go pick up some money. I'm like, but you still didn't have any money around that time. So what money did you actually pick up? Like, I'm not understanding. But okay. And I'm like, oh, so can I call your homie and ask him? I was just irritating him. But I had like all his homies' numbers in my phone because his phone somehow synced to my phone. I don't know how that ended up happening. His phone synced to my phone, and I had all his homies' number. I'm like, so I'm gonna call him and ask him, was you at his house or whatever? And why didn't he give you right back? He's like, cause he just didn't, and blah blah blah. And then like I was like, so you want me to call him? You want me to call him? And then he was like, man, fine. It was a girl I met off of Facebook. And then I was like, you met a bitch off of Facebook? And motherfucking mind, bitch. You're not gonna be playing with me and my motherfucking money, bitch. And second of all, why you at a bitch house at 3 a.m. unless you ain't trying to fucking have a little booty call? Is that's making sense, right? Tell me in the comments if you get what I'm saying. So basically, all that happened, and then like he finally wants to admit like, okay, I went over there and I smoked with her, but nothing else happened. I'm like, yeah, okay, nothing else happened. So all y'all did was go smoke. How the fuck you smoking a bitch out when you fucking living off of my money? So shut the fuck up. You didn't even have no fucking money for weed like that, and I don't even think you had weed like that at the time. So how the fuck you smoking a bitch? How you fuck you smoking with a bitch with my money? How does that make sense? And you ain't got no money, but you could short pay for an Uber to get to the bitch house. And you can go smoke her out. Why the fuck can't you smoke with me? Like, I didn't smoke like that, but if you would have asked me to smoke with him, like, I would have did it. But why are you doing all this while you got a girlfriend? That's crossing the line. And then he was all like, oh, okay, well, we were going to, have sex, but my dick couldn't get up. I'm like, bitch, you're a motherfucking liar. Like, you think I was born yesterday? And then I was like, yeah, that means you tried though, right? So you tried to cheat. And bitch, you know you did. And then so that's how the fuck I found out he was with a 304. And then later on, one of his ex-girlfriends confirmed that he buys 304s all the time. Also, one of his friends recently confirmed that he buys 304s. So basically, yeah, y'all, that is about the end of the story time. If you guys would like way more stories about him, I didn't want to make this video too long, and I hope you guys understood everything. Y'all know I'm still like getting used to storytelling and things like that on YouTube. I'm trying to get better and better for you guys. And make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. That was the end, right? Yeah, that's basically how I found out he was buying in 304s. And I noticed when he had a lot of money would go very quickly, and that's another reason I found out. And y'all know when y'all boyfriend doing something, so that's another reason. And if you guys want way more story times about him, I got a lot. So if y'all want to know, like, oh, I'ma just come with him. And I'm gonna talk all about this ex-boyfriend because I have so many stories about him. Like, he's like the one that will be interesting for you guys for some reason. Yeah, he'll be interesting because there was like way more drama with him, and I'll tell you guys like where he is now, like what he's doing. Like, if y'all want to know like all the tea, make sure you comment down below, and I will continue with like a little series about this ex-boyfriend if y'all want me to. And yeah, y'all, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're on the road to 2K, and I hope we get there by the end of May, hopefully. And thank you to all my new subscribers. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on all social media platforms. DM me. We can be friends. I don't know, let's just be friends. And yeah, bye y'all. Thanks for watching. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys.